Next.
Scroggins wore this on 31 bombing missions during World War II. I'm Joan Hallmark, and I'll bring you his story on freedom fighters next.
We're losing our World War II veterans, you know, at the rate of 1,600 a day.
Astounding. These members of the greatest generation lived and fought during an era that is now a proud page of our country's history. Ken Scroggins was an aerial gunner during the Second World War. KLTV 7's Joan Hallmark has his story in tonight's Freedom Fighters.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Most of the crew Ken Scroggins flew with are gone now. But in 1944, they were an eager group of young men who never dreamed of growing old. They were just hoping to survive the war.
Now, that 131 missions is what the Silver Queen flew.
Yeah.
I flew 31.
Scroggins was a top turret gunner on the B-24 bomber, the Silver Queen. B-24s were known as the Liberators in World War II.
It and the B-17 is more or less like Ford and Chevrolet. But they built more B-24s. They could fly a little bit higher, they could fly a little bit further, and carry a little bit more bomb load.
Important attributes as the Silver Queen carried out her bombing missions over Germany, Austria, northern Italy, and Yugoslavia. The plane was hit many times during those missions, mostly by flak from anti-aircraft guns.
Flak shot down more airplanes than fighters they ever did, because every target had multiple amounts of 88s and 105s German guns. It went through the turret because it come through and went on. And that piece of flak come through my turret and cut my neck, just a little old scratch.
Scroggins has the piece of flak that came close to ending his life encased with his medals and other memorabilia.
There's the Grib and there's Zara, and we went down in the middle of between them out there in the middle of nowhere.
After 131 bombing missions, the Silver Queen's luck finally ran out.
We shot up over Vienna and had to go down to Yugoslavia.
The crew all survived the crash, but didn't know what to expect next.
There's about 30 horsemen coming out of the woods, like Pancho Villa's bandits with long rifles and bandoliers. I know I was sitting up in that turret looking at them horses. I said, I've seen enough cowboy shows. I know what to do. I'm going to kill every horse them guys on and put them in the infantry.
The horsemen turned out to be Tito partisans.
We just got down and got with the partisan a few days and then got back to Italy and then started flying some more.
Only 3 flights more and the war was over. It was time to go home.
There's me and there's Daddy with his World War I uniform on.
Like his father before him, Kenneth Scroggins survived the war. He returned home, married, and served on the board of directors for Tyler's Air Museum. It's a way, he says, to help people remember.
You got to remember the bad times so you don't repeat them.
Joan Hallmark, KLTV.